Newly unsealed court filings have revealed that rising singer D4vd legally David Anthony Burke has been formally identified as the target of a Los Angeles County grand jury investigation into the 2025 death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The revelation comes as law enforcement and prosecutors intensify efforts to gather evidence and testimony in one of Southern California's most closely watched criminal inquiries. The harrowing case centers on the discovery on September 8, 2025, of Rivas Hernandez's heavily decomposed and dismembered remains inside the front storage compartment, the frunk, of a Tesla vehicle registered to Burke. The Tesla was found at an impound lot in the Hollywood Hills after being abandoned on a neighborhood street for days, where workers reported a foul odor and insect activity prompting police involvement. According to documents attached to a petition filed by Burke's legal team in Texas, Los Angeles County prosecutors explicitly identified Burke as the target of their grand jury investigation into the teen's death, which is being treated as a potential homicide. The filings, made public through an appellate proceeding in Texas, say Burke may be involved in having committed a criminal offense, including potentially one count of murder. Because grand jury proceedings in California are typically secret, this is the first time Burke's status in the investigation has been publicly confirmed through court records. The filings were released as Burke's parents and brother were summoned to appear before the Los Angeles grand jury in February, a move that prompted legal challenges arguing the subpoenas violated due process. Gruesome discovery, lingering questions. The unsealed materials provide some of the most disturbing details in the case so far. According to descriptions in the filings, detectives opened the Tesla's front compartment to find a black cadaver bag covered in flies and a strong smell of decay. Inside, they observed a decomposed head and torso, and beneath that, a second bag holding severed arms and legs. Medical examiners confirmed the remains belonged to Rivas Hernandez, who had been reported missing more than a year earlier from Lake Elsinore, California. Despite the shocking nature of the discovery, the cause and manner of Rivas Hernandez's death remained sealed by court order at law enforcement's request, leaving unanswered questions about exactly how and when she died. Her family continues to press for greater transparency and closure. Burke, 20, rose rapidly to international fame with his emotionally charged alt-pop music and viral hits like Romantic Homicide. His breakout success led to a world tour that was abruptly derailed following the discovery of the body in his car. Although he has not been arrested or formally charged, prosecutors' choice to designate him as a target suggests they believe there is probable cause to connect him to the teen's death. A spokesperson for Burke and his representatives have not publicly addressed the specifics of the investigation. Some reports indicate that Burke was out on tour at the time authorities towed the Tesla and discovered the remains, and that his legal team asserts he is cooperating with investigators. However, questions remain about the extent of that cooperation and Burke's statements to law enforcement. In January, Burke's father, Dodd Burke, mother Colleen Burke, and brother Caleb Burke were ordered by a Texas judge to travel to California to testify before the grand jury. Prosecutors say their testimony is vital to piecing together the timeline of events and evidence. The family has contested the subpoenas. The legal wrangling over whether they must appear in Los Angeles continues. Legal analysts say that the designation of Burke as a grand jury target carries serious implications. It means prosecutors believe there is substantial evidence suggesting his involvement in Rivas Hernandez's death. A grand jury could ultimately return an indictment, but observers note that outcome is not guaranteed and demands more evidence and witness testimony. As law enforcement continues to present evidence to the grand jury, public interest in the case has intensified. Victims' advocates and community members have called for more transparency and justice for Rivas Hernandez, highlighting the tragedy of a young life cut short. For now, the case remains active, and authorities have not publicly announced if or when charges will be filed against Burke or any other individual.